What's going on, traders out there? How you guys getting ready for the market? Let's go ahead and find out what stocks you guys are looking to trade. Throw them up in the chat. I want to hear a lot of stocks today. Of course, a lot of people are watching the market. Is the bottom in? We'll find out. Hit that like button and let's get live trading with Benzinga started.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
What's going on, traders? Welcome to it. Let's go ahead. Let's bring on the traders here. Ryan, Faloona, and Zunaid. What's going on, guys?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get started. Let's get our.
I'm going to share my screen before you backhanded.
He was right there. He was right there.
Right there. Nope, not today, Mitch.
You sleep.
Not today, buddy.
The alarm hit. The alarm hit. We hit the snooze button. Don't worry about it. Let's keep going. Let's get to the stocks out there. Ryan, you look excited. Let's start with you today.
Yeah, so what I'm going to be looking at, sorry, just setting up my charts here real quick. So this is one of the ones that I'm going to be watching today. This is DPRO. This is Dragon, not Dragon, Dragonfly. We have a why is it moving here? Dragonfly shares are trading higher after the company announced it received an order for its medical response and search and rescue drones from cold chain delivery systems for immediate deployment with Revived Soldiers Ukraine. Revive Soldiers UK. That must be a group. So this is obviously moving. Sounds like they're going to deploy drones to use in the conflict over there. I don't necessarily know in what capacity, but one of the things that's interesting about this is that, as I've discussed before, one of the stocks that I'm holding long-term is actually ONDS, which reported earnings today. In fact, the conference call is ongoing right now. And I should have some more notes when it's over. I'm obviously here with you and not listening to the conference call. Initially, I've actually gone through the report. I'm not completely done yet, but honestly, I really like what I heard in here. It's selling off because they mentioned they have a shelf filed, but they're not doing an offering right now. So maybe it's just a bit of an overreaction. However, that's not going to be my day trader today. My day trader today, oops, and I just totally screwed that up. My day trader today is going to be DPRO. This thing is already, I mean, yesterday we closed right around 160. We're up 84% today, right? So we gapped up pretty hard here. I expect that with this headline, this stock will probably be in play today. So I'm going to be watching some of these levels and obviously volume to see if these get taken out and move to the high. So DPRO, definitely one that I'm going to watch here. Pally, this is actually one that we've seen move before, I believe. I'm not sure that I traded this one. It's pretty low price, but this one, same deal here. This could also be in play today. I'm going to mark off the extreme low and the extreme top of the pre-market here. And then finally, SMFL, right? So this actually produced a trade yesterday. I didn't really look at it. It was under $1 here. We're trading back up here today. So I would like for this to find its footing and kind of hold in this area until we open. And then it looks like 131 is going to be your spot to the upside. I think if we break that, this thing probably gets a little bit nutty. And then we'll probably trade up to some of these areas here. I'll probably mark off another one of these lines right in here. So I'm going to be watching this one too, SMFL. So out of the open, we got DPRO, PALI, and SMFL in terms of some of these micro caps. Shout out here to ENSV. This has run before. Same with GVO. This has run before. This one likes to come back in. So I'm going to actually go through these and kind of watch the rest of the pre-market here. But that's what I'm looking at so far. Looks like we're going to have a lot to do today.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go to Zunaid here. What are you looking at, my friend?
Well, one of the things I'm going to keep an eye on is going to be Oxy. Man, I can't remember the exact. I called it out on the option squawk, but I can't remember the exact date of expiration, but I believe they're buying the $35 calls on OXY worth about $1 million or so. And you can obviously see the nice run that OXY had yesterday. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. About 59.50 is a level right there. You can see it had support bounce, pre-market, similar area there. So going to keep an eye on OXY to see if we get a bit of a push. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back and see exactly what that was. But Nike reported earnings yesterday. You can see the top pre-market and also after hours yesterday was right around there, the 139. So we've got that marked. And then I'm going to keep an eye on this pre-market low area around 136. So pretty much if I see any options that are coming in that I like that are juicy in Nike, I'm going to go ahead and follow it. Scale in. Of course, I'll call it out for us here as well. I believe Baba's got some news in terms of buybacks and whatnot. So you see a nice gap up there on Baba. So keep an eye on Baba, especially around this 111 area. If it can come down to 110, that would be ideal for me. But that's something to kind of keep an eye on there for that. And then if we go back to NVIDIA, as always, looks like 270. Yep, there it is. 270 is going to be an area for us to kind of keep in mind. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert right over there in case we get that. And same thing, if they come back into, they were buying NVIDIA calls and AMD calls and all that yesterday. You can see the nice run up that it had. Obviously pulled back after Mr. Powell started opening his mouth. Right around, what is that, 1230? Yep, there it is. 1230 broke VWAP, but let's go ahead and check out AMD. Similar story. You can see this is the daily right over here. Let's go ahead. And so it's starting to kind of poked its head above. Couldn't quite close above it, I don't think. But you can see that line that we drew on 110. It tested 110 yesterday about, I think I was maybe 70 cents off. Tested it, came back up. Excuse me, day before yesterday. Tested it, came back up. And now we're moving up. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, especially if it can break over 117, 118. Open this up right here. Set an alert right there on 117. I'm going to keep an eye on AMD as well and see if we can go ahead and take a play on this one. And that's kind of pretty much all I had. Baidu, by the way, yesterday called out this short as a rejected 150. You can see as soon as the 150 rejected, went all the way down and gave you 8 points to the 142? Excuse me, 143 level there. And then let's see what SPY's doing. Don't really have a good read on SPY. What's up?
Just want to go ahead and call out, I think, just breaking news. I think Carnival's earnings just hit. You just saw that flush down there. So just want to call that out there.
I also have a bit of breaking news. Leonard Fournette re-signs with the Bucks.
There you go. Hey, Tom Brady comes back. Everybody comes back.
Can't blame him, though. I'll give Fournette again one more time as long as Brady's the quarterback.
I was going to say the Tom Brady effect.
Yeah, no, definitely. 100%. There you guys
pretty much all I've got there, though. And I don't really have any other. I don't have a good read on SPY. Maybe the 450s, but we're a little bit ways away from that. Let's see what the Qs are doing. Q's hanging out around that 350 area. Could be interesting. I'm going to set an alert. Probably going to hit it real quick anyway. But that's really about it. That's all I got.
All right, I'll let you guys know as soon as I have those Carnival numbers. I'm sure they're coming in right now. Also to mention, they do have conference call at 10 a.m. Eastern. That you don't see that too often, guys, that intraday conference call. So pay attention to that. That stock is going to be moving. And I think with that, you'll see the other cruise lines trade also, RCL, NCLH. They're all going to be moving around. And as you can tell, CCL is moving around right now in pre-market. It's gone down, up, down, up. So we'll see what happens here out the gates. Looking to see if we're going to be long or short. But I do think that you're going to have some volatility in Carnival today. So we'll see what happens here right toward the bell.
And Mitch, sorry, real quick, Ryan, the Oxy trade that I talked about yesterday, I looked it up. It was a $65 calls that expires September 16th. Approximately $1.6 million worth. So they bought almost 2,000 contracts on that. So $65 calls expiring September 16. What's up, Ryan?
So I was just, I don't have like the actual numbers here, but I'm going through the first quarter business update and just a couple of the bullets here. It says for the cruise segments, revenue per passenger cruise day for the first quarter of 2022 increased approximately 7.5% compared to a strong 2019. So remember, they're going to compare this prior to the COVID outbreak. Excuse me. This increase was driven by exceptionally strong onboard and other revenue. Goes on to say, as of March 22nd, 2022, 75% of the company's capacity had resumed guest cruise operations. So they're almost back to full capacity. It sounds like, at least from that update here, the company believes monthly adjusted EBITDA will turn positive at the beginning of its summer session. So, I mean, at least I have not gone through this. I literally went through it as you guys were talking about it. It seems fairly decent. I'm with Mitch. I think that this and some of the other cruises are going to be in play.
Yeah, definitely gonna have some moving around there. One of the things that I think is gonna end up happening is that I think from here on out, you're gonna start seeing some upsides in the earnings of Carnival. So to me, if I can look at a company and I can look at the fundamentals and say, okay, the earnings should point towards the upside in the next couple of quarters, that is at least a fundamental outlook, right? And then we got to look for the story and the technicals to kind of match up with that. If the technicals don't match up, then hey, anyone can buy the high and just get crushed on a stock because they buy the high, right? And so try to combine multiple factors there. Try to do some timing with that. If that's your look, if you're thinking Carnival's the trade for me, well, I see the fundamentals pointing towards the upside, but where is the technical support? When is the story going to come back into play? And can we get out of this kind of oil trouble to kind of even give it another lift, right? That could boost the story, right? And so that's what I mean by paying attention to the catalysts, the fundamentals, and the technicals. If you can align all three, those are my favorite types of conviction trades, because at that point you have three variables that you're working on versus just one. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at some of the stocks that I think that could get moving today. Already moving is an area that we've been watching, of course, basic materials. But I'm going to start calling out some pullback areas to watch. I think you start seeing pullbacks in steel. We've just ran significantly in the last 4 or 5 days. So you see here, that's about a 9% move in steel in the last 5 days. So don't be surprised if you do see some pullback in like names like X and Cliff today. I could see some pullback coming into those. Now, what stocks could continue running? Now, another area that I'm going to call out is the materials area and the minerals area. So you're starting to look at stocks like, I would say, look at lithium players. Look how this has gone sideways for so long now. It's gone sideways for about 3 months. Now we're going to start getting a strong candle. I could see an inside day today, but look for that breakout above 31 on LAC. And you can look at some other names that have already been making some runs. PLL, look at this chart. Look how that's taken off there. You can clearly tell that the momentum is in that name. And look at the amount of volume that came in on this on Friday. And now you're going to continue through that level. We'll see if this can continue making runs. MP is another one. You guys love to doubt the SPAC game, but look at this SPAC up there at 49, close towards the all-time high there. I know that there's so many people that hate on SPACs, but hey, MP Materials was one that we had on our show right here on Benzinga. Guess what price, Ryan and Zunaid? Guess what price we had it?
I'm gonna go with $8.
Ooh, well, I mean, it's never been that low, but we had it at 14, nice. Right on there. 2 days after it kind of started trading, we had it on SPAC's attack. And Very cool. Look at it now. It's $50 there. So great opportunities that some of them did present. And that's what it's all about, right? It's trying to find the opportunities, especially when you're looking at the IPO and SPAC game. But MP Materials definitely looking well right now. If you wanted to take a look at ETFs, I'd say take a look at LIT. LIT is a global lithium ETF. I would look for it to balance out today somewhere in the 73s and then look for a push back above 75s to start taking a shot maybe off the 70s. Another stock in lithium is LTHM. I'll give you guys that one. That one looks interesting too. Very similar to me to that LAC chart, now getting strong after about 2 or 3 months sideways action. Look for this to continue on its way up. And there's some other plays, of course, that we can take a look at. Of course, we'll keep watching to see if coal can keep running. But I do think that you have like about multiple highs there on at least here the industry index. So look for maybe some topping out there in coal today. Some other areas to watch, of course, Baba putting out that buyback. Start taking a look at some Chinese stocks today. I think you're going to see some big movement in those. JD, NIO. Take a look at some of these today. You might see some big movements. XPEV. You're starting to see some people taking some shots in some Chinese names. We'll see what happens with those. And moving forward from that, I'll keep watching the industrials game as CAT and DE have just been absolute monsters. Railroads really started getting moving also. Rail today had earnings. Look at this one. It's already up there towards 5. It's up about 9% in the pre-market. Look for these to kind of continue making moves. GBX has been one of the good ones also. TRN has been just straight taking off here in the railroads. And then, of course, the slower movers that I feel are more consistent, like CP, CNI, and UNP. Look how they're all pointing towards the upside. I've been trying to call out the rotation in these names. I don't want people to miss out in 2 months to be like, well, the industrials, they just took off and I can't catch them. Well, the big thing is looking for the rotation. I see rotation not only in the price, but also in the volume in industrials. So keep that on watch. All right, that's going to do it for me, at least from stocks that I'm watching. We got about 7 minutes to the bell. Want to go through stocks that you guys got out there. So guys, feel free. If you guys see a stock in the chat that you guys want to talk about, we can talk about it. I'll try to pull one up here. GM being mentioned by D Nice. Let's take a look at GM here. All right, so we look at General Motors. We can see that we've been out of favor. So this is what I mean by out of favor. When you go from the top all the way towards the bottom, that's just showing you out of favor. It was in favor here, and it was moving on up with Ford. All of a sudden, boom, it gets out of favor. This is the important thing to notice, that stocks come in favor and they come out of favor. And it's important to understand that so you don't get caught in weeks and weeks of downtrend. You can tell this one's trying to hold that 200-day moving average. The same thing I'd point that at Ford. There's a longer-term trend line that it keeps holding down below. The real question is, do we come back into favor? Now, one thing that can help is a stock like Tesla. If Tesla can keep ripping, you're going to start seeing the auto manufacturers come back into favor. And so I think you pay attention to that. If Tesla can keep making moves on up, expect to see some of these EV plays and these car makers and the automakers start moving back into favor. So I would pay attention to Tesla and then watch how you see Ford, GM trade off of Tesla. And then for that being mentioned, you could watch like FSR and Lucid Motors also to keep watch. If those start ripping, look for these to kind of catch up and start making a move with it. Today, I'm also going to be watching those Chinese EV names, so keep watching on that too. All right, what do you guys see out there?
Yeah, I think someone mentioned, what was it? Let me go back here. I think we already covered Nike and all that good stuff as well. I think we covered Apple here in a minute.
Let's take a look at Apple here.
Let's see what we've got on Apple. 165. Yeah, 165 looks to be a support there pre-market. You can kind of keep a look at it there. Let's see what the day looks. I think this got all the way up to the 170s, 80s. Yeah, there it is. Don't necessarily have a good read on Apple. I think whenever they already had their conference, I believe, of the products that are coming out, I think it was. But yeah, I don't really have a good read. Maybe the 165 level you can go ahead and check out, but nothing really crazy there. Let's see what else that someone wants to take for us. Look in the chat. AAL SoFi. Let's go to SoFi. That's not SoFi. This is SoFi. $10 reject on SoFi recently. Would you look at that? $10 rejected. So for me, if you're going to try to trade this, you want to see a breakout over 10, which you can see acted as resistance, breakout, test, hold, and then we can try to grab some shares for a trade. But till then, I would hold off on SoFi. Let's take a look at Disney. Unless you're Spencer, then you're down about 60%. Shout out to Spencer. Let's see. Disney here looks like above 141 could be a good area for us to try to go long. This isn't something that I try to bottom fish, especially because you can see it's gone down all the way to about the 127. So if you're trying to play the breakout above 170, again, same thing. Let it pop, let it come back, test, hold, and then we can rock with it.
All right, I'm checking in the chat here, and I see only 98 likes here. Guys, let's get this on up. Let's get to 300 before the bell, guys. One of the things is we do this absolutely for free, guys. We definitely could be behind a paid wall, but we're not, guys. So do us the favor. If you guys enjoy having this for free, that's how you support and keep us free, is by smashing that like and showing us that you guys want us right here on Benzinga's YouTube. Let's keep it going. Let's take a look at some other trades out there. Airlines are going to be interesting to watch. You know, they did get a pullback yesterday. I was able to catch a nice short on American Airlines. Let's see if I can pull it up here. There you go. I was able to catch a nice short on it. But if you take a look at the weekly, this is what I'd point out too, guys. And so it's a tale of two stories. That daily pullback is giving us a nice pullback, but it's actually a kind of a bullish setup on the weekly. Inside candle yesterday, we'll look for it to take out last week's high, which is 1684. Watch for that to take out on American Airlines. If that can keep pushing through there, then I'd be watching for the upside above, let's say 1660s. But it's going to be a battle here. I mean, we got different things affecting the airlines, right? Some kind of reopening demand coming to these stocks, but also you got the troubles of oil prices coming on up. Do they pass that to the consumer? More than likely. But let's take a look also at LUV here. Sorry about that, guys. My L key is just giving up on me. I got to get a new keyboard. So LUV here is holding up there by the 42s, has held sideways here for a couple of days. So I actually think this one is looking cleaner. If you look here, you can kind of draw a trend line. And as long as that trend line holds, I'd be looking to kind of keep this into the bullish sense. I'd look for pullbacks towards 4180s, make sure that that holds. You could get a touch of 42 today, and then it comes right back on up. If you take a look at the hourly, what do you see? Nice sideways trend and also multiple attempts to break out above this 43 today. We'll see if it gets to 43.50. That would be a good look right out the gates if you see a move just jam through that. We'll see what happens on this one, and hope you're able to catch it, Sam. Let's keep going. What do you guys see else?
Let's talk about Boeing. I think Boeing yesterday, obviously with the news, you saw a drop, but I believe 180 level held yesterday.
Yep.
As the chart pulls up, there it is. You got the 180 level that went ahead and held and came right back up. Now let's talk about resistance. You can see it once, you can see it twice, you can see it 3 times in the pre-market, after hours included there as well. The 187.41, I call it about 180 or so. So if you're trying to go long, same thing. Above that level, grab a few shares or grab some options. When it comes back for the retest, that's when you try to get your full size there. But another level in terms of a bounce would absolutely be that 180. So that's what I've got for ticker BA Boeing. And then, of course, the next level below that is 176. What's up?
One more thing on Boeing. 193 is where it was prior to that crash that caused it to sell off yesterday.
Very good point. You can see 190 act as support there. So would not be surprised if that ends up being resistance above the 188.
Heck's gonna give it to you. He's gonna give it to you. All right, guys, let's have some fun there. There's LUV trying to push there towards 43.20s. I'll let you guys know what I see moving out there. Like always, guys, if you guys see a stock that's making a big move, please do us a like. Hit that favor and throw it up in the chat. Let everybody know. You know, one of the best things about this is we got a community of traders here. It's not just, you know, myself, Ryan, and Zunaid. It's also you guys out there. So help each other out and call out some stocks.
Amen to that.
All right, PLG, not a bad one to take a look at. Platinum Group there. We'll see if it gets back above 250s. I'm watching some mineral plays, so that could be part of it. Also, that UEC? Yeah, UEC. We'll keep that one on watch today. I'd look for pullbacks closer towards $5 to hold or 490s, then come back up through the 510s. Then that's where I'd be looking for strength. Right now, you could test back down towards the 490s. We'll see what happens in that. That's UEC. Look
at Nike, right? As soon as it got to that 138, look at those levels. Just rejected it, came on down. I'm going to take a quick little shot at it. Let me get the fill. I'll tell you guys.
Trying to get here, LAC. I'll let you guys know. Real quick,
Nike, I went ahead and got filled on the 139 calls on Nike that expired this week. My fill was ugly. The spread is wide. Please be careful with this one. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab the 140s as well for about 198 filled on Nike. Trying to front run it, right? So this is where I try to grab a little bit of a smaller size because it hasn't quite broken it. Just trying to front run it could be riskier.
Really like that move there in LAC, trying to grab a pullback here, missing that first little pullback. I'm looking for another pullback here into the 80s, but already taken off there. Struggling there right out the gates. Wanted that so bad there. That pullback right here towards the VWAP. Wanted that. I would have already been jumping into there, selling into this move there. LAC, nice breakout. Called out lithium, was looking for it. That's what we need to execute. I was slacking there towards the bell, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was slacking too. I actually scalped DRPO, or excuse me, DPRO here. Very, very strong out of the open. Super, super wild. Didn't even have enough time to call it. Probably would have just caused you guys to lose money if I was calling it. What I'd like to see for it here is for it to consolidate here in this area above 326. I think that you're going to have another opportunity to play this above 344. There was a big spot at 326 initially that got cleared out, and then they moved that offer to 327. Lots of volume traded between 327 and 330. Here we are at 330. This looks like it wants higher, but it's moving really, really fast. Be very, very careful. I've scalped it just once.
All right, trying to grab LTHM. Going to use Zunaid.
You can see that I've got DPRO. I went in about 300 shares here on TradeStation. Got filled at 328. I might try to grab some more here if it gets to around 303. Matter of fact, let me put that limit order out there. Going to see the breakout. Now, if it can get over this pre-market level, I believe that's 345. You'd be looking pretty well there. But I'm in 300 shares, 328. Looking to buy more on the dip if I can. And let's go back to my Nike trade. That was calls. Yep, Nike's still in that range. Hasn't quite broken out. My contracts are down about 20%.
Trying to get into LTHM. I will let you guys know if I do get a fill.
This is why you don't try to front run. Come on. I should know better.
All right, out the gates, guys. Financial services leading us. Consumer cyclical behind that, and then real estate. Technology also tied up with real estate. So there you guys have it. 4 sectors doing well there. What's in the red? Basic materials, energies, and utilities. So it looks like a pullback right out the gates there. No fill again on LTHM. I'm just annoyed today, guys. Missing trades right out the gates here. I would have been able to. I had an order out here sitting at 35. It got on the bid, but didn't fill me there at 38. Didn't get filled there on the VWAP. Would already be catching that move.
All right.
This is when I get a little annoyed.
DPRO went ahead and hit the session highs here. You've got 359 trying to break over 350 right here. 300 shares. You're up about $70 or so. Let's see what the daily on this looks like. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, you've got a chance definitely for this to hit around 389s or so and then above. So let me go back here. I'm going to try to sell right around 388.
The 4 break on this is the next really, really big spot. And that might be in
well,
play.
look at this gap right here, though, right? Maybe I should hold on a little bit more. Look at that gap.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where's the bottom end of that? 4.
Yeah.
You enter 4.
Yeah, it is 4. Yep. It's 4, and then you've got till about 5 there. No question about it. On just 300 shares, you're up about $100 or so. Appreciate Ryan calling this out.
Yep.
And because Nike is taking a, let me go back to Nike. I think this is Nike. Yeah. All right. I'm going to try to add a couple more contracts on Nike. Got filled on the 140 calls. I've got filled at 137 because of this bottom range. I'm hoping to come back up and at least try to test it. NVIDIA trying to figure out its own life. Baba popped above the 115. Did not play at 120. Could be resistance. There's 375 on DPRO.
There's a spot there at 375 too. A lot of sellers there.
Come on.
Big bid coming in, as you see. Big bid right there at 370.
Come on. Keep going, baby.
I took 500 here.
You didn't short it, did you? They just yanked it a little.
Nope, I did not short it.
Oh, man. What's the forecast on NVIDIA? I don't really have one. Not going to lie to you. Maybe above 170, come back up, get some options coming in, then I'll play it. But till then, hands off for me. Come on, Nike. Come back up a little bit, baby. My average on Nike is 166. 140 calls expiring this week. 166 is my average.
All right, I could go for lit there, but that's the only one that I'm seeing that I could catch now. I missed all the lithium plays right out the gates there. We'll see if I can get a pullback or anything like that. I need some deeper pullbacks from the leaders like PLL and MP. Don't want to go after those right now because they're extended on the daily. One of the ones that were bouncing off the bottom there. LAC was a really good trade there. Just missed it. That's when I get a little annoyed, guys, when I have like a trade plan literally to the key and then don't execute.
Come on, Nike. God damn it. Nike's already down 27%. This could be a unfortunate L here unless it bounces. Doesn't look like it's going to. I've got my hand on the trigger to sell Nike.
Big spot at 375 on DPRO. Let's see if they end up taking that.
Yeah, that stock hasn't showed any weakness.
None so far.
None.
We're at it. We're at 375. I think the next time it's going to go through here. We shall see, folks.
Man, I wonder if I can. Let me see. No.
Financial services, banks ripping today, guys. So if you want to take a look at some financial services, take a look at some of the banks. They're moving significantly up right now. BAC up about 3.5 and ripping, guys. So take a look at some financial services stocks today.
Come on, Nike. I need you. I need you about a minute 20. I need this scanner to turn green and head towards 138. Come on, baby.
I'll show you guys it right now, guys. So look at JPM, look at Bank of America, look at WFC, look at HSBC. This one's lagging. I actually like this trade right there, but I'm not going to take it right now because I need to set on up. TD moving on up. Citigroup, look at that one. Nice little push out in there. BMO setting up for a nice VWAP bounce trade there. Just running through some of these. UBS taking off there off the 19s. Look for a pullback towards 1915. That one doesn't look bad either. Just running through some of these. CS looking well. What else do we got here?
All right, real quick, Nike, you're near break even. So if you thought this trade was ugly, you want to go ahead and get out. Now's your chance to get out as it's trading at about 167, right around my break even price, as Nike is trying to flip this 10-minute candle on the green side. This is your blessing. Go on and get out if you want.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some orange juice, calm down the nerves. A little annoyed that I missed all that lithium moves. Literally,
Hey,
6 stocks called out, 6 stocks go up, none taken. That's a little annoying.
Take
but
care of the mental, baby. We'll be
that's
here.
how it is.
Oh my God.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh,
So DPRO is just crazy. It actually did take out that 375, immediately pulled it. I've got a pretty bad loser on my hands at this point now. Only on 500 shares, and again, this does really look strong. So here we go, coming back up through 375. Just full disclosure here on my shares, the next pop through 375, I'll probably take that if we get it. Now, the good news here is that there's an absolute ton of volume traded up here. The stock absolutely has a catalyst, as Mitch was saying earlier. It does not appear to be very weak, at least not yet. But we'll see if that turns around. So I scalped it once for like $45. So I have a little bit of a buffer built in. Then I reduced size. I'm only holding 500 shares right now, but obviously bought right at 375. They yanked it really hard. So unless we actually trade back up through that 375, this might end up turning into a loser. I really don't want this to get completely out of hand, but we'll see what happens here. I still think this actually wants higher. I mean, judging by how it's trading, judging by this volume, I still think that we probably get a push higher here. The spot that we had before on the first push through 375 got as high as 384. So we'll see if we end up taking that spot out. That is going to be your high of day now.
Yeah.
Zunaid, what was your price again on it?
328.
320. Okay, so yeah, so you're in from obviously much lower.
Yep. And I'm actually kind of debating if I should just go ahead and cancel this take profit area, just because I can try to play the crack above 4 and try to sell maybe around 440 or so. What do you guys think, chat? Give me a 1 if you think I should raise this profit target. Instead of trying to sell at 388, I should sell. Let's just call it 440. Let me get a 1 in the chat if you guys believe that. Nike flirting around VWAP there. Nike contracts. I had bought a couple more, so now my average fill is about 153, but we'll just call it 166 because that's what I'd called out to the chat earlier. So I'm down about 15% or so. Man, if this tests back 139, it'd be great for us here. You've also got Amazon above VWAP. You've got Palantir above VWAP here. I'm gonna take a riskier trade. Look, it's the way we live life on the edge, but I'm gonna try to take a stab at Palantir. This is gonna be a straight YOLO. All right, so YOLO size. If it goes to 0, I don't care. Palantir, $13 calls expiring today. Got filled at $24. Sorry, I said today. Expiring this week. My apologies. $24 on YOLO size. If it goes to 0, I don't care. All right, Nike, come on, baby. Do your thing. You see Qs here. Went ahead and bounced above VWAP. That's what we like to see. Look at the Qs. Tried to tested that one. Tested the 350 right on the previous close. Bounced right, shot up 3 points there. Nike needs to get going. Man, I really want Nike to test that 139 level. A nice little consolidation here, Ryan, on the DPRO.
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking that myself. The consolidation here is actually great, and it's consolidating here between 355 and 375, which is seems to be a real good spot for it. If I take a look at the daily chart here, this entire area was definitely a back and forth area. This was back in September of last year. So a lot of trading back and forth in this area. Seems like we're chewing out some of the people that were in this area. Still feels really strong too, right? Still seems to be a lot of buying interest in here. Now we're getting a little bit more of a pull here. Still lots of bids, really, really high volume. And again, this gap is really, really enticing. I think if we enter this gap, you probably end up at least challenging 5. And this could be one of the other thing is that this could be one of those that you hold overnight. I'm certainly not going to. I'll tell you that right now.
No, hell no.
I'm currently looking at a loser, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do here pretty soon.
I hear you on that one. Palantir trying to test session highs above 1280 there. Nike is still trying to flirt with VWAP like it's on a date. Q is trying to break above 353, can't quite do it. And consolidation on DPRO there. These are the 4 stocks that I'm keeping an eye on. I believe Ryan's in DPRO still as well. Qs, come on. If the Qs can go above 353, that should give Nike a little push. Like, I just want Nike to at least test the 139 so we can get out a couple of shares since we tried to buy the dip around here. And by the way, look, these lines here, these weren't drawn after the fact, right? Right, I'm presenting up if we have a trade. These lines were drawn well before. Let me go to Nike real quick and tell you why. So you can see that this resistance right here is clear, right there, right? The 139, you see the wick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's why we drew the line there. Resistance-wise, I saw this in pre-market. I said, hey, look, the 136 seems to be a support area, and you can see resistance, support, and we kind of grabbed some shares here or grabbed a couple of contracts to break through, grabbed a couple near VWAP, and grabbed a couple near support. So this is how you kind of scale in to make sure you're not too heavy to where you're freaking out and selling near VWAP. It could still be a losing trade very easily. But this is why we draw the lines there to give you an idea of where support and resistance is going to be. Let's go back up here. Palantir coming back down, as are the Qs. Nike's up. All right, here we go. We got about 138 on the Nikes. Don't see any options coming in just yet. Matter of fact, you've got Facebook 215 calls coming in right now. Let's see what Facebook is doing. Bet you it's coming up. Maybe not. Right around VWAP bounce there on Facebook. Again, they're buying, I think there's 225s. All right, here's Nike now trying to test the 138. It's about 60 cents away from that. Come on, Nike. Pop over that bad boy for us. And DPRO trying to break highs here as well.
It's trying to challenge 375. It's actually done great work so far, clearing out a lot of the overhead sellers. You know, at this point with this type of move, there are a lot of people doing exactly what I'm doing, effectively just trying to scalp this, just trying to trade this back and forth. And when you run into that, sometimes it can trade a little thick around this consolidation zone. That's kind of what we're seeing here.
Real quick. Sorry, Nike, I told you guys I was going to get out a couple of contracts here, so I'm out half my size at $1.95 as we're testing 138s. I'm going to hope for 139s. I'm going to hope for a break here, but half out my size, 195 Nike calls.
All right, you financial traders, if you guys are nailing those financial stocks, they are still ripping, guys. That's already up 1% from the open.
Singh, thank you so much for DPRO. I'm done for the week. That is someone with a lot of discipline. You hit one good trade and you're ready to go for the week. Absolutely love to see it. Singh, you press the buttons, pat yourself in the back. Congratulations, my man.
Way to go, Singh. Look at that. Nike, once again, rejecting. This is why we want to take profits near resistance, right? Because you don't know if it's going to pop above or not. Because we sold out half size at 195. Now it's trading at 170 on the bid. No idea where this is going to go, but at least we got half size out. Looks like Palantir is coming back down as my YOLOs are down 20% there. That's totally fine. CrowdStrike could be an interesting one. Bye Disney. Let's see what's going on with Disney. If Disney isn't down like $2 today, all right, cool. Well, it's not down at all actually in terms of previous close, but it's coming down from 140s.
Yeah, remember they have supposed walkout today, so
yeah. Folks in the chat, let us know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go long into Disney. I mean, just look at Activision and how much trouble that caused the company.
Well, what's Disney's walkout because of? Because Activision was
they're protesting the bill in Florida. These are totally different situations.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a little more extreme than Activision.
I mean, I still think that it's kind of similar. I would put them
what is Disney? Sorry, Ryan. What was it?
So with Activision, there was actual like sexual harassment at the company,
right?
People were wanting justice for that. The CEO kind of turned a blind eye. So there was that was part of the story with
that
Disney. Disney customers. Oh my God. Sorry. DPRO kind of fell out of bed here.
That it fell.
People want Disney to be more active in fighting off what they call the "Don't Say Gay" bill in Florida, and the one side is saying, "Hey, this is discriminatory." The other side is saying, "We don't need to teach youngsters about it."
Yeah, from what I heard, there was an investor call that some comments were made, and the CEO didn't say anything. He just stood there and just let it be said.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They wanted him to take a more active approach. So I think to boil it down, then I think at Activision there was actually like a sexual harassment case, multiple sexual harassment cases. Whereas at Disney, investors and people that work at the company want the management team to be more active. That's kind of the disconnect that I see there, or why they're different, if that makes any sense.
I got you.
All right, guys. The industrial is doing well today also, guys. That's up 0.47 from the open. The only sectors in front of that are consumer cyclicals and financial services. So take a look at some of those, definitely.
Yeah, BA is moving up. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, just look at DE, man. This is you guys. This is why I try to look forward. I know that sometimes people say, "Well, just trade what you see." Well, this is why I try to look forward, because if you can catch a move like this, we were looking at this pullback towards 363s, and that was the levels that we were looking to get in. Look at this move in DE. That's an 18% move on a $300 stock. That's really good there. CAT also taking off there. And that one we gave from the bottom here at 188. Look where it's at now, guys. 20% higher. Industrials. I wouldn't miss them.
Come on, Nike. I mean, we got out half size, so it's whatever, but Nike's coming back down. DPRO is
having a good day also. If you guys want to take a look at one of the industrial stocks doing well. I'm probably not going to take a single trade today, guys. I missed too much at the open there to take a trade now. And just the worst thing that at least for me in my trading, the worst thing I've ever done is miss some purely executed, already drawn out trades, then take a subjective trade, finding a stock, then lose on it. Oh, you'll just kill your mentality real quick.
All right, DPRO cracking below 320s for a moment.
Yep. I'm just going to have to take the loss here. So if you want to flip over to my screen, we can do a loss trade here. So taking a $200 loss. Again, this was actually a little bit bigger because I had scalped a 2,000 lot earlier successfully. So net now, I'm now down $200 on the day. And what happened here was at 375, if we scroll up here, at least along the active trader tree, you can see this was the break. There is a huge sell wall here huge group of sellers that we were trying to take out. We did take them out temporarily. You can see that this thing popped. It only gave me 9 cents. I was actually looking for a little bit more, and I wasn't quick enough to close the position. When it crossed below 375, it actually consolidated in this area, which made me feel pretty good about holding it. Once it actually broke beneath the first time, it actually tried to come back up. In fact, it got all the way up, I think, back to 370 here before getting completely yanked back down to the 320s. My stop here was going to be at VWAP, which is 336. I ended up closing this at about 330. So I'm staring at about a $200 loss here. This is exactly the risk that you run when you trade some of these small cap stocks. So to be quite honest, looking back on this, how would I have done this a little bit differently? Probably would have been a little bit tighter on my downside stop when we really didn't push through 375. I should have closed the trade and wait for it to set up. It was moving around real quick. I still felt really good. My bias, if you will, was to the upside. I thought for sure we're going to be able to clear out 375 here and move ahead. We did not. It sunk. It put me into a deeper hole. And then I had to work my way out of that hole. At this point, I'm out of it now. So if this actually does set up later today, perhaps I'd be able to claw back at some of this $200. I probably wouldn't use a 2,000 share lot size. I would probably reduce this a little bit so that I can maybe chip away at this loss here. This is part of it. This is how it happens. Now it's going to looks like it was testing 330 there, so it was going to go back above where I ended up selling out. This is part of it. You can't win them all. Got to be able to move on to the next one. So that's what we're going to do here.
I appreciate you showing the loss trade on that, man. Got to educate the folks at home. No question about it. Matter of fact, I've got 300 shares and I'm going to try to buy at 303. This has been there since the beginning. So let's see if I end up getting filled on that or if DPRO continues to go. My stop loss is probably going to be around 268. It looks like, which is going to be, probably a decent side loss if it doesn't work out for me. Nike flirting with the VWAP there. You can see the Qs bounce down to around the 351 and they got right back up around VWAP themselves. And you've got Palantir trying to come back up and break session highs. So those YOLOs are now up 6% when they were down 20%. Nothing to write home about whatsoever just yet. Come on, Nike. Break that 139, baby. Break it. Break it.
We'll call out something in chemicals here. Hunt, H-U-N, Huntsman, doing really well. I like the daily, really like that push back towards the trend line here. If it gets up there towards 40.50 today, it's going to be looking really good. You can look at APD, Dow, looking like it's breaking out there. Chemicals looking well there. That's why we try to pay attention to the industries. We've been calling out the chemicals has been pushing here. Look how these stocks are really starting to take off.
Gevo looks like it sold off right out of the open, curling back towards the highs here. 550 looks to be the spot.
Yeah, I was watching Gevo and
still looking pretty good.
I was watching it at the VWAP here. It just looked like it flushed too low. Like it flushed too low. You would have to be looking at it on a deeper time frame, like the 15-minute. You can see that support there, and the 1 hour. That 1 minute is a little bit tricky.
Stuart is asking, you don't use a hard stop, Ryan? Stuart, I do in some cases. A stock like that, though, wouldn't have really done much for me. It was moving around so fast. There's actually a chance that it goes through my stop and doesn't even fill the limit order. The stop at that point is basically just mental. I sit on a button that flattens my position at market. When the volume's that high, I have no worry about actually getting out of my position when I press that button. This comes down to the fact that my execution was just simply not good on that particular trade. That's all there is to it.
Spy, baby, trying to go ahead and break that 447.50 level. You can see the 2 wicks right near. We have VWAP on the 10-minute. You can see the 1 big candle to the downside, trying to buyer stepping in. A second one here as well. 447.50 is key for us to break here intraday. Nike getting a bounce off the 137 here as well. Palantir trying to break 285 for session highs. DPRO still slugging like a snail. Come on.
All right, SPY looking like it's pulling back on a flag type pattern. We'll look to see it hold VWAP one more time. That's what I would look for, a little pullback and then the extension above 447s. That would definitely start getting us into that bullish sense there where you can see the continuation. Let's take a look what happens at Apple right now. It's on the VWAP. We'll see if it takes out the high there, 166.70. That'll be a good look for the market. You wouldn't want to see that flip. Google also setting up there for a VWAP bounce trade. If you're looking at that, it's right off the VWAP, looking for a move back up there. We'll see if it kind of takes out that high there. Amazon, similar charts, right? And Tesla, I think, is one of the most important. It's actually looking weak here. Let's see what happens here. If it reverses back above VWAP, or does it flush down through the 900s here? We'll see what happens.
You've got Palantir, broke the session highs around 1290. Contracts are up about 20%. Feel free to take it if you'd like. Come on, SPY. Come on, Nike.
Let me take a look at Ford. It has been going on up there. It's going up with the other vehicle trades today. FSR is another one that's going on up, and also GM. They're all trading kind of similar. So if you want to take a look at some of those, take a look. But what I would want to see is Tesla really get back towards the VWAP, because if that breaks down, I think you see the other ones just start giving up the gains like GM and Ford. But we'll see what happens. Those are looking good right now. Lucid's another one that's doing decent right now. We'll see if that one can hold VWAP and take out the high. IWM, beautiful chart this morning. Intraday, we'll see. I'll take a look at the IWM. Yeah, it is pushing up significantly there. Let's take a look at the daily chart. That's really what needs to get out of. It needs to get through a resistance that's at the 209 area. There's a couple of wicks here that you guys can draw off of. The wicks I have at 209.05 and 208.99. So around the 209.05 area is where I think you could run into some resistance today. We'll see what happens on the IWM. Oh, the forgotten hero Workhorse is moving.
Oh God. The forgotten hero. Why do you call it that, Mitch?
Because it made me a crap ton of money. It's probably one of my best calls. Called this from under 3, and the stock went right up now to 42. I don't think I could ever beat that. Under 3 to 42.
Where'd you sell it?
Well, I didn't. I sold it into like the first move, into like the 14s area. But this is literally how I got hired, because Jason said that this stock was crap, and then it went to 42.
Hey, just because the fundamentals are crap don't mean it can't move. It's great that you saw it.
Oh, it's because it was fun, Ryan. I told it to him one day, and he was on pre-market prep, and he was like, Mitch, this stock is crap. And then I was like, what do you mean? Jason, look at it. Like, ask your friends. Like, you got those smart friends. Ask them. He was like, you know what? I'll ask. I'll find out. He comes back the next week. He's like, you know what? That Workhorse is crap. That same day went up like 100%. That's how it is, guys. Well, that's how it is.
So that's the story that brought Mitch here. I like that. I'll take that. I like Workhorse now too. Now that I know that.
Literally. And so it was like kind of a little chat battle there that I was battling with Jason on Workhorse, and then it went up. And then one thing,
chat battle, is that like a rap battle except about stocks?
Yeah, just in the chat, words to words, lines to lines, that kind of thing. But it was fun because one of the things that shows you is that even if you have the smartest friends, even if you have the best people around you, you're always going to get it right and wrong. There's going to be two sides of that. And 100%. So I think that's what it was, right? I mean, there's trades that I've gotten wrong, right? I'm still holding my genie bag. So it's not like you always get it right? So just to kind of point it out. And that's how it is, guys. Yeah, Workhorse was fine until they lost that UPS contract. I thought they were going to get that. That was really the deal there. If they were able to get that contract, it would be a different company.
By the way, you've got SPY session highs 448s, Nike below VWAP. I don't like that one bit. I'm not going to lie to you. And you finally got DPRO starting to crawl back up around 328s. And 6 cents away from our YOLO calls being in the money.
And those banks ripped today. They're up 1.33% from the open. Financial services, at least. Global banks are up almost 30% from the open. So there you guys have it. Big moves there in the financial services. With that being mentioned, you're going to see a lot of focus on that PayPal and Square trade. So if you guys are bottom fishers, you guys can take a look at it now, I would say, at least.
Palantir contracts are up 35%, 4 cents for being out of the money, 3 cents now. Go ahead and start skilling out here, please.
Look at Ride. Better than FSR? No, not better than FSR, but still you can look at Ride. I actually like Fisker. I think it's going to do well. I actually like the Ocean. I can't wait to test drive it.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and sell about half my size here on Palantir. Got filled at 33 cents. No, excuse me, 32 cents. It was the average sell on Palantir calls that we took at 24, out at 32. The rest, we'll let it ride, see if we can get a double out of it or not.
You guys want to know why I'm not trading anymore? This chart right here. LAC, yeah, we're gonna take LAC today. We're gonna buy up. Oh, just missed a 5% mover, 5-6% move in a day. That's what happens, guys. That's why you got to execute your ideas. That's why I think it's so important if you're a day trader to learn how to be kind of almost non-thinking when it comes to those moments after you've built up your trading plan.
Come on, Nike. Get over that VWAP,
Mitch, did you tour the Tesla factory in Austin? No, I passed by it, but I don't think they're doing anything where you could actually walk in there right now. There's just too much building going on still. So it's like a construction zone right now.
So
they're almost done, though. It looks like looks like they're like, at least from my eyes, I would say about a couple months away. GGPI is the best of EV SPACs. I highly doubt that one, but hey, we can talk about that, Toner. We could battle if you want.
You're going to have a rap battle?
You can have a keyboard. No, it's a keyboard battle.
Keyboard battle, bro. Come on. No rap battles, bro.
I'd pay to see Jason rap, though. I'm not going to lie. That's pay-per-view I'd pay for. Yeah.
A little freestyle action. We can do it. Consumer cyclicals. What's doing good in the cyclicals today? Let's take a look there. Baba up 10%. It's off the VWAP there. Who wants to take a shot on it? Not me. Disney there trying to get a push there. Looks like the walkout. Did the walkout happen? Disney's pushing, man. All right, Nike. Yeah, Nike's hanging out there.
Nike's below VWAP. I don't like it. 136 is your support level. So if you wanted to actually grab comments, matter of fact,
Ryman Ryan is trying to drop some bars. Man, if I dropped bars, I would. All of you would leave. I can't rap battle. I'm not good at that. Mitch is better at rap battling than I am, I'm sure.
Bet if you went, you could have toured it. Then bullish. I guess I got to be a little more ballsy. Should have just showed up on the doorstep. Money Mitch, let me in.
That's a start.
That's how you got to do it sometimes, right?
By the way, Palantir, those calls are up 55%. Please scale out. Now up 60. Got the bid on 38, so you can sell it right there. Nike's still hanging out. SPY highs. I might get filled some more shares on DPRO. That could be an ugly trade for me, but we'll see.
DPRO, weren't you? Oh, you're still in from.
Yeah. Right, gotcha. And I'm not only still in, I might buy some more at 303.
Well, I think that if you do that, Zunaid, I think you're all right with 3 being your stop, right? I mean, I think if this breaks
below 3, so 280 would be my stop out. Yeah.
Okay.
But we got gains from Palantir, so we're doing okay. We took gains on Nike. We are at an L on Nike right now, but
so one of the things that when I started off, we talked about this being a drone play and how this is the one that was up. I told you about the one that I'm holding that reported earnings. Why don't you pull that up here, or throw my screen up here?
Here, tell me the ticker again. I apologize.
ONDS. Put it right next to DPRO.
You got it, boss. ONDS. There it is.
So now remember, the trade that I have in ONDS is way more of a longer term fundamental based trade. DPRO is the stock du jour, but look how the stocks are reacting. DPRO gapped up, popped out of the open, and now it's given everything back. ONDS sold off because people read that there was a shelf in it, which is not an offering, by the way. And now that the market's open, people are actually going through the report and listening to the conference call, and they're like, oh, this actually sounds like a pretty good idea here. So that's trading up nice. It just goes to show you, the one that's hot 1 minute might not be hot the other minute.
No question about it. By the way, I did get filled on 303s on DPRO. So now you can see I've got 600 shares at an average price of about 315. Stop loss is 277. Take profit for now. It's going to be 353s.
Dun, dun, dun. How is the hoot in the Mara? Looking not too bad. Nice little morning move. Everything's starting to pull back a little bit there. Just be careful, guys. I'm starting to see some moves back to VWAP. I think you got to just see the SPY just continue to hold above VWAP today if you're in the bullish sense.
Yeah, that would definitely help. No question about it. You've also got Tesla above VWAP. Matter of fact, you saw it hit a double top so far. Hasn't been confirmed just yet, so don't quote me on it. Don't bash me on Twitter, but you've got a wick right there around the 936. You've got this 10-minute candle try to break above it. Couldn't do it. So far, that previous close, 921. I always do that. Is
Jeff
the
B is
support area
dropping bars in the chat.
What's he saying? What's he up to?
He's making up rhymes right now that have to do with me.
Ryan.
You guys are, I love this community so much. It's hard for me to put into words.
Well, after buying the dip, I am now profitable on my DPRO, but I'm not leaving. If we lose, we lose. It's okay. Nike. Why are you doing this to me, Nike?
Despite taking the loss on the day trade, still green on the day nicely, by the way. So it just goes to show you what risk management can do, even when things go against you and don't work out.
All right, to that.
You're going to be okay at the end of the day anyway. Don't forget that.
I'm going to do a little promo action here, guys. Catch up later today, guys, at 4:30. We'll be releasing an interview from Desktop Metal, guys. Look at this stock. It's come down there towards the $4. Has bounced significantly off of that. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to be putting out that interview later today. Full disclosure, not in Desktop Metals, but definitely like the opportunity. Stick around, guys. It's going to be an interesting interview. I know that we're talking 3D here, guys. So if you are guys looking for further out in kind of investments, looking for the long term, looking for some story, looking for some chances, definitely check out Desktop Metals.
By the way, I think we've got that March Madness bracket, Mitch. If you have the link, that folks can go ahead and hang out and play. I think today's the last day for round 2 to submit those brackets.
Oh yeah,
try to find that. I haven't done it, so myself.
I did it that first round, but I haven't done it for the second round. That's a good.
Yep.
Do you have the link for that handy by chance?
I don't. Let me see.
Is that on Benzinga Live?
What's going on?
What are you talking about?
I was joking. I'm trying to salt you.
Hey, Mitch is a producer. We blame Mitch for everything. Like, people say thanks, Obama. We say thanks, Mitch. 100%.
I should have the link, but I don't. So
terrible.
I'll tell me. I'll take it.
It's all right.
I'm used to it.
Facebook.
I'm a middle child.
Facebook trying to pop up about 216. Can't quite do it.
Oh,
Nike hanging out below VWAP.
You know how it is being a middle
Was
child.
it in the everybody chat? The Blues
Look at this. Chat. This is why I don't want to trade, guys. I'm still missing my LAC. I'm looking at the bros. Is it going to break down or get back up there? We'll see what happens. Do you even bros? Do you? Need some coffee. Did Tesla start moving up? Yeah, this is what I told Tesla's you guys. If we could get the Tesla rip there, guys. All right, now I'm feeling a little bit more bullish. If you GM traders, Ford traders, Fisker traders, NIO traders, XPEV traders, Lucid traders.
There it is. Happy Muhammad's on his game.
Let's take the Lucid life. Let's have a little Lucid fun.
Thank you, Happy.
Guys want to have some fun? I'll take a trade at least today. A small little risk here. Have some fun. Looking for Lucid to bottom out here at 25.50 and then come right back above 25.70.
Let's see what we've got. You got Snow hanging out here. Come on, Snow. Let's see what we can do with you, pal. Take a shot at Snow, whatever. We'll grab 100 shares for Snow. Assuming the market can continue its way up, stop loss is going to be about 213.51 on ticker Snow, SNOW. A little consolidation action here right above VWAP, hoping for a breakout. Nike, come on, baby, get yourself over
Starter
VWAP.
there, Lucid.
Here, I'll put your
Looking to add. Let's see, can we get 55s?
You get consolidation right now. I like it.
Yeah,
It's gonna go one way or another.
yeah, that's the idea here. Know what you risk, know what you're risking, and know what the breakout should be.
Speaking of know what you're trading, Bitcoin at 43K. So we had a nice move up in Bitcoin. 43,045 right now on the futures. That looks to be moving some of the Bitcoin plays. Yep, Mara's up. Riot is up.
Just added there at the 56. Oh, I got 58. I tried to get 56. It was just for like a second there on the
Are you
offer.
short that, Mitch?
No, I'm long.
Long?
The big thing is Tesla just broke out big.
Yep. Well, it's actually
Tesla breaking out big. Look at FSR too. It put in a big candle. We'll see if that takes out the high. GM, want to see Ford keep pushing. Let's see those stocks kind of push. NIO, XPEV. This one looks like it's setting up also. If you guys wanted to take a look at that one, I like that move above 28.24s is a resistance. It could push through there, get to 28.50s in a hurry.
You've got DPRO now trading at 323 from our fills at 303. So if you got those fills with me, I would go ahead and scale out here because it's still below VWAP. It's giving you a chance to get out profit. I'm up $50, but mama ain't raised no, so we not selling.
I wonder if you told your mom that, what would she actually say?
She'd slap the shit out of me. She'd be like, "Shut up and take."
No bones about
she'd
it.
be like, "Shut up and ring the register."
Yeah, right.
She would slap the shit out of me.
My mom
She'd be
also
like,
taught me,
back in
don't
my
be no
day,
broke.
How hard we had to work for the money you're making. You just gotta click a few
Exactly.
buttons. Boy, you
My
better
mom
sell.
be like, we also told you not be no broke bum.
That's funny. Oh man.
We'll see what happens, guys.
All right,
Drawing out the
Nike, come
trade
on,
here.
baby.
Nike. There you go. Put you up, my friend.
DPRO. Yeah, you've got DPRO on the right-hand side. You can see up $70 on 600 shares, trying to break above VWAP. So is Nike. Hey, look at that support. A little bit of consolidation here, just like Lucid here for Mitch. And we're in this snow trade. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not the biggest in love with this snow trade. I might close it out for whatever. Because VWAP below could be support, but then you've got like the 212s and you got 210s. Knowing me, I'm going to try to go ahead and tell myself that, oh, here's another support level. So I'm just going to close this out. Just take an L, whatever it is. Just want to take an L on that one. On Snow, just close it out. Let me see what my down about $200. Thank you, Snow. Appreciate you on Trade Station here. Thankfully, we're doing okay on the E-Trade side of things. No trade on TD. What's up?
Chris, I'm just laughing at Chris. It's comment in the chat. It's awesome. If my kid did something savage and said, quote, that I ain't raised no bitch, I'd be like, yeah, that's my boy. Oh,
yeah, wait till
man.
he does something horrible in school and he says that at the principal's office, and now you got to be like, listen, I'm proud of you, but you can't say shit
you
like
can
that.
dress it up with any context you want. It's hilarious that he said that.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's always like that, right? It's the dad's son when he does something good, the mom's son when he does something bad, that kind of thing.
Oh, 100%. Welcome to a Brown household. Any household, I believe, but Brown household.
Look what
for
your
sure.
son did.
Yeah.
Now he's my son, right? Where's Zunaid's son in the chat, man?
Hey,
He had to
I
go
took
to
care.
work today.
I took care. Yeah, my Nike trade wasn't working out, so I told him to pick up a shift or two. Try
Go
to bring
pay
back
for
some
that.
money for us.
Go pay for that trade, man.
Oh,
Oh,
man, that's
man.
funny.
NVIDIA, I'll take a look at NVIDIA again. Snow, I'll take a look at NVIDIA, but I really want to play Snow. I just Just have too many open positions at the moment. Yeah, these contracts are not cheap either for me. Not going to play. And they're spready too. I'll take a look at NVIDIA for you, though. NVIDIA, okay. Test and VWAP. See, now this is a nice spot for NVIDIA. If you want to play it here, let's see what the Qs are doing. Yeah, see, Qs are a little extended. So if they wanted to test VWAP, it could impact NVIDIA a little bit on the tech side of things. But if you like it, I do like the risk reward here on NVIDIA. I do. And see, this is why we said, hey, you might want to take profits on DPRO because that VWAP is acting as a hard resistance line at the moment.
Watching the SPY is starting to turn around. That's why I'm not liking it.
Let me show you guys Nike here. Let me show you Nike
look there.
For the past 5. Let's go 3 minutes. Just look at this. Just right here, hanging out in this little zone, not doing jack squat. Just hanging out. Come on. Do something.
All right. There's some movement in Lucid at least. Let's see if we can. SPY held the bottom there pretty well there.
And there's that bounce from VWAP from NVIDIA. Bangity bang bang. Nike coming down. Screw you too. And Snow's the one that pops when I said I didn't want to play it. Thank you. Oh, boy. Nike, Nike, Nike.
Honestly, it's not looking good there. The reaction should have already happened. I'm looking at the SPY. That's the only thing keeping me into the trade right now. The SPY pushing up there and holding that bottom low there. You can see here it came back down, gave us a couple wicks there and really reversed from that level. That's a good bullish sign and usually gives us that move to reversal back to resistance. Now let's see if it gets back through the resistance and takes out that wick.
I am going to do something a little... No, I'm
there
not.
You go. A nice little pump there. Let's see if we can get to the 75s here and take half of it off. Look for the rest of it above 25.85.
Come on.
Order out right now above 75s. Cancel the order for a second. Didn't get my fill there. A little annoyed there. Should have got filled there at 74s. Had 75s out there and it just didn't fill. See if it gets back up there and I get the fill out.
Nike testing support at 160, 136s.
Apple ripping. Yeah, it's probably with the market. Do you guys use any indices? I use my own from TC.
Good morning,
I
Nick.
watch the ES, the SPY, and the Qs pretty regularly, if that helps, Chris. I like to have an idea of what the overall market's doing. That actually really helps with finding relative strength. Good morning, Nick. Hope you're doing well today, my man.
Out Nike. Want to take an ugly 35-40% loss on Nike there. It could bounce back up now that it knows I'm out. But on the plus side, you've got Palantir. Those calls are up 71% on Palantir.
All right. Just got out there at 25.74, half of it. Going to look for the rest at above the 25.85s. Wanted to make sure I took the 75s instead. So I just took the 74 on the bid side. There he goes into the 80s. Now can we get above 85s? So here's the trade, guys. That's the risk. That's what we're looking to take the profit at the end here at that 85. Let's see if we can get it and then take the profit, nail the trade, and get on out of here.
And there's DPRO coming right back down. Come on.
Julio, let's not even go there. You have no idea. I don't even want to talk about TC after that.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
Oh, trust me. I would bring their emails public, but I don't want to do them like that.
Well, did you get any compensation?
Nope.
Oh, man, that's tough.
Yeah, the only reason I'm staying with them is at the end of the day, I just love the damn charting. It's
Yeah, I mean, when
annoying.
they've got the leverage, you know,
Yep.
they know what's up.
They know what's up, man. There ain't nobody else that's like them. At least I haven't found them. And it's all honestly, it's all based on this setup right here. I've been trying to get it set up in pro, and we're working to get it in pro, but I think this is the best setup that you can have while you're trading. Tesla.
Come on.
Baba
Yeah.
pushing
DPRO is coming on down, testing 303s again.
forward. GM doing well today. Marriott doing well today. How's our cruise doing? Our carnival is starting to break down there. Yeah, it looks like it's breaking down a little bit. All right, come on. Pop in the 80s. Let's get it done. Let's finish this thing. It's 82. Just put this out here. All right. Can we get it? It's not wanting to get through. Let's go.
Any comments with Facebook? Facebook started ripping. It's a little too high for me. I think it touched 217.18 as a high. Near VWAP is where I try to play it. Way too extended for me personally. I ain't playing it.
Not like
I did grab some more shares on DPRO, by the way. Now I've got 900 at 312. I know. Don't judge me.
Didn't like that turnaround there, guys. Some selling up there. I'm just going to get out here. I'm out of Lucid. I'll take the gain. A little annoyed there. Should have definitely got into the 80s, 81 or 82. Just being a little picky on the reward side there, but I'm just taking it out. It's that kind of day that I don't want this to become a loser. Should have had a big winner in LAC, so I'm just going to take that out there. Be careful with the SPY, guys. I already see 3 lifts into the day, so we could have put it in the high. We'll see if we take out the 448.50s there, but I'm starting to feel like we're starting to get a slowdown in the momentum.
Come on, DPRO. Q is above 355.14 now. You've got Facebook trying to break the highs of 217.18.
PDD. Yeah, that's ripping, man. Good call out, Ron.
Yeah, PDD. There were sweeps on Pinduo Duo. That's been moving.
Yeah, they're just catching up.
Yeah.
Catching up with the China trade, you know. PEV. Remember that was off the VWAP, and I was calling it out right around here. Look how that took out the high. Nice little trade there. Someone was able to nail that XPEV. And that was all based of just looking at Tesla. It had nothing to do with XPEV. And that's why I sometimes like to trade like that too, guys, especially if you're looking day trading momentum. You see one stock in the industry really take off and it's a leader. Look for the other ones to lag and kind of follow back. Another thing is, like this morning, Tesla actually it pushed up, but then it was going sideways when Ford, GM were going up significantly. That can give you a little bit of a sign. Hey, let me keep a watch Tesla and see what happens here. The VWAP, the WAP, the WAP. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I got rid of Lucid. It's already backed by my entry there, so I would have been break even on the rest of those shares. We got over 700 people watching. Do us the favor, guys. Take a second here. We're going to keep looking at some stocks. We'll call some stocks from the chat. We got over 300 likes here. Let's see if we can get to 500, guys. So you 700 people out there, please do us a favor. Smash up that like. IQ, another call out from Ron. I'll take a look. Anything Ron calls out, I take a look at.
Yeah,
look at that bad boy.
IQ is ramping, yeah.
Boom, boom. Ramp on up there. Definitely technology stock. Also, I think in the China game, I would have to confirm, but I'm pretty sure this is also a Chinese stock also. So Chinese tech stocks doing really well today. Let's take a look at CWeb. CWeb here, guys. So this is a 2x share internet bull for China internet. I think this one's interesting to take a shot on. Look how you got this bottoming action here, right? And so you got a top range breakout on the daily above 750. You got a bottom range here that you could risk off of, let's say the 614. So you're looking at about $1.50 risk. I think this can get back towards 10. And then you'd be looking for about a 30% gain on the upside. And you're looking at about a 15% gain, 15% loss if you hold it towards that 6. So that's like a 2-to-1 trade. Doesn't seem like the biggest trade. I like my trades to be a little bit closer to 4-to-1 for swing trades, but it doesn't look bad. Maybe if you hold it towards 7, that would be a little bit more of a 4-to-1 trade. That's a 6% gain there. And then now you're looking there for a move towards 30%. That's not too bad. You're like a 3-to-1 there.
Some of these China plays that were really beaten down seem to be moving.
Yeah. I mean, it had a lot to do with the Baba showing some confidence yesterday, and putting out that share repurchase, increased share repurchase. So look at Lucid there, guys. That's why I was kind of careful there. I saw that action there at the top there, and that kind of concerned me. I would have got stopped out on this move, and then guess what? It could come back on up. But I mean, if I just get stopped out, break even, that's no fun either.
Let's see what Snow's doing. I swear, if Snow tagged 120, I'll be real upset. And it's past 120. God damn it. Should have stayed in that trade. What a loser. All right. Those Palantir calls up 100%. Go ahead and scale out. I'm going to go ahead and close my size here. Out. What was my fill? 49 cents. We got in at 24, out at 49, out at 32. Uh-oh, here we go. Come on. DPRO. I like these wicks, Ryan. What's up?
I said we're getting ready to curl.
Man, right now we just trying not to die on this trade, okay?
You're trying not to pull a Ryan.
Yeah. So my average, so I keep adding around the $3 area, right? So my average is okay. My average is about 312. Currently trading at 315, but we're below VWAP and we're consolidating below VWAP, and that's cool. Whatever. I kind of want to be greedy and have my take profit be like the 370s. I'm not gonna lie to you, but first things first, we need this bad boy to pop up above VWAP is what we need. Ooh, I see something crossing NVIDIA. Well, look at that. Someone asked in the chat, you got a trade you want to talk about, or are you just scalping?
Nope, just scalping.
Cool. Someone in the chat asked about NVIDIA, and we told you right off of here with VWAP was a good risk reward. Since then, you've seen yourself get about a 2.5, 3-point move. Whoever you were in the chat, let us know if you took that trade or not. Greatly would appreciate it, because I'm not making money. So I hope you are. I hope you are, my friend. Yep. Oh, look at that. 222 on Snow. Where did I try to take this trade? Where was my buy? Let's see. History. We went ahead and bought it at 216 and punked out at 216. It's 216.50 to 216. Took a $50 loss on it instead of a $400 or $500 gain. Life. I do have position on NVIDIA. Thank you. You are welcome. You are welcome. Looks like Abdullah went in and took that trade as well. Good for y'all. Good for y'all. What am I taking? DPRO. And just like that, folks, I'm in the red on DPRO. This is fun.
Tried to hit can through 6, didn't really move. Got 5 cents out of it.
CAN.
Yeah, that was one of those China names. Thought it was going to move quicker than that. Didn't really want to call exactly where I was buying it because the last thing I want to do is sell into people that we're talking to here.
All right.
It did take out 6 and back tested it and held, so maybe it does go higher here. I'm out though. I'm out.
I feel you, brother.
Short here, X. Short X, guys. Short steal. This is a short trade here.
Is X going to give it to you, Mitch?
The opposite way, I think. X going to give it back to me.
I don't even know what that means.
X going to give it back to me. Let's go. Give it back.
Face says it all.
Hey, it ain't none of my business. AMD crossing 117.
Do you use the tick? No, definitely not dot square. That's I could show you the tick. You don't want to see the ticks. Yeah, tick chart.
Yeah, I watched the tick chart for sure.
You watch the tick chart?
Yeah.
There you go. Ryan's a tick chart watcher. I can't watch that chart. I can't do it. It just destroys my.
So
I'll show you right there.
I don't know. Oops.
I think we both hit it at the same time. I don't think that's possible. But
right up here in the center of the screen, this is the tick chart. This is the Nisei tick chart, and this basically just gives me an idea: is if are people panicking? Are people selling into the panic? Are people buying hand over fist? Are they chasing people? It just gives me an idea of, what's going on in that very moment. I would say that I don't place a trade based on watching the tick chart. But if I see extreme ticks in either direction, I pay attention to that. You almost said Ryan is a TikToker. That would have been a lie. I do not TikTok.
You TikToking, man?
I do not TikTok.
No TikTok. All right, so risk right here, guys, is 35.60s, guys. We don't want to get back towards that 35.60s. It's okay if it touches 35.50s on a wick. I'm looking for a flush now. I'm through the 35.35. A lot of this is based on a further time frame for me on X. If we take a look here, I'll show you guys the further time frame out. So I got multiple highs here. I was already looking for X to kind of pull back on the day. I feel like it's extended in the last couple of days, 5 days up, straight upwards. So those highs there is the rule of 3 actually playing against it there. Now it should have broke out through that wick there, didn't hold it. And so I'm looking for a test back down towards that support, which could take out this wick here of 34.89. We'll see what happens. Short side. The evil short joined the dark side. Doo. All right, FFIE, Faraday Future EV. Donald, please, if you can buy me one of those, I won't be mad. Send it to my house.
I won't be mad.
No, have you seen those things? Those things have the best back seats of life.
What?
Ryan, you and I would just sit in the back seat and watch football together. Let's just say that.
Okay. What am I looking up here? I need to have some type of visual aid to help me out with what you're talking about.
Look it up. Faraday Future EV. Faraday Future. Look up their vehicle. Dun, dun. Oh, you see that thing, Ryan?
So I'm
I'll
trying to.
There you go.
Yeah, but how do I see like the inside?
The interior? It should be there.
There we go. Interior.
Boom, boom. Wait till you see the TVs. Oh, look at that seat.
The seat looks pretty sweet.
Oh,
still not really giving me the TV.
Oh, it's not finding you the good stuff. I'm probably gonna have to. It's not showing you the good stuff, man. It's not showing you the TVs in the back. It has like a 32-inch TV in the back.
Plus miles per charge. That's actually really good. See here, the full gallery, right? Here we go.
You see, that's like the front side.
Oh, so here's the back.
I'll be
honest, I'd rather chill in the back seat with her than you, Mitch, but that's, don't.
That's okay. You know what? You can boot me as long as you get to sit in that back seat.
So
Look
these
at that.
back seats that recline to pretty much full beds, that's
Full
not gonna
bed,
lie,
man.
that's pretty
Full
awesome.
bed. And then wait till you have that car just driving itself on auto drive, and then you
See,
just sit in the
that
back seat.
I'm not sold on that. I'm not gonna lie. I like driving, dude. I don't know that
I like driving, but at the same time, man, if I can sit in the back seat, lay back, watch a football game, and get my butt traveled like across the
my
United
butt
States.
traveled. Oh,
I don't know about you, but I would take more trips to like different places in the world if I could just fall asleep.
So this is what you're
wake
talking
up
about. This is the back seat. This is the TV. So if you had a
You know
driver,
it.
you could watch football here. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. If he wants to send one to my house too, I'll drive it around.
Yeah, we won't be mad at him, you know.
We won't be mad. Oh man.
All right, setting a stop here, stop limit there at 61 here for X. Just stop. I'm getting a little even in that point where normally I would, the emotions of me want to stop out of this. So when I get to that point, I'm just going to set it and forget it.
Missy's right. You guys are a little too excited about the back seat. You're absolutely right.
Why not?
Because driving is an experience, man.
I guess I just always wanted a private driver. I guess I'm just a poor man trying to live the rich life.
I have not reached that level yet. I like driving myself around. I don't know. Maybe it's the introvert in me. I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing: driving those electric vehicles isn't fun.
It isn't fun.
It isn't fun.
I don't think so.
I like hearing an engine. So
I've driven plenty of
Teslas.
I've driven plenty of Teslas, and I don't think it's a fun drive. I just personally don't think it's a fun drive.
Like it's not smooth?
It's just very boring. Like, to me, it's very boring. Like, I guess I'm just more of a engine type of guy that I want to be hearing.
Oh, like you want to hear the. Oh, okay.
I want to be hearing.
That's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like one of those types of
that
guys.
Makes a little more sense.
I roll down the window, and sometimes I'll even just turn off my radio because I love the engine noise. But some people are not into that. They're more into just the music, and they don't want to hear anything in the car.
Yeah, I'm definitely like that. I want to hear the music, and whoever's sitting next to me in the passenger seat, please stay quiet till we get to the restaurant. You know,
you see, there's people there both sides, right?
Yeah, definitely. Real quick, forgot what I was going to say now. Totally lost my train. Oh, can 625, right? So through 6 here, this is actually a great trade. I piked it because I got spanked earlier on DPRO. But this trade working out, so can't. In fact, one of the things we're talking about are some of these China names that were really beaten down seem to be trading up today. That might be a theme that we can watch all day. So we hit a couple of them. Bitcoin tried to pop above. We're at 43,155. Looks like it's trying to pop above, but it's not able to hold above. So we'll see if those plays get ignited again.
What a trend in the SPY today. I could see this turn around, but just look at that, guys. Look at this. Look at this line, how it's holding. Draw it green so you guys can see it a little bit better here. Look at that. Look how that's just holding on up. Until that trend changes, you're still pointing towards the upside right now.
ZH, another China name here, right at the VWAP at 3. Just took 3 out. Looks to be a block above. Some decent volume here, but not really going yet here. I'll bring it up on my screen. Sorry about that. You can see this is the area it seems to be trying to break out here. It's a big block here at 301. It did take out 3, which is where the VWAP is, but we'll see if this continues here.
I completely agree with Beach Bum Trading here. Yeah, run those. Oh, wrong one there, but I guess I just wanted to agree with you, Beach. But there it is. It was Beach. It was just it was a message up a little higher. I want an autonomous RV so I can trade while we can travel the country. I'll take that, man. I'll take it.
Amen to that, brother.
Right?
Amen
just travel the country, just trade. The RV's driving itself. Hey, not a bad life.
I literally will take flights very late at night, like a red eye, just so I don't miss trading in the morning or during the day, rather.
Yeah, I know how those go.
Yeah. Ain't no way I'm relying on GoGo's internet to make sure I don't get screwed on a trade. Sorry, Ryan.
Better and better.
Real quick on GPRO, you can see that we're up about $65. We have an average of 312. We're up at 318. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be a little greedy with this one. See if we can get a march on back towards 376. If I do, that'll be almost $1,000 or so. Actually, it might be like 800 or so. But, if you took this trade with me at 303s on the bounce for the $3 level, you're up about 19 cents, and you're coming up near VWAP. Look how many times it has gotten rejected. Once, twice. Couldn't even come up there to get it rejected on that whatsoever.
Ron, you must be having a day over there with IQ.
X trying to give it to me.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. How's your X trade doing here?
He's trying to give it to me, man. He's trying to give it back, bro.
He's trying to give it to you from the back. Is that what you said?
Whoa.
That's what Ryan was referring to like an hour ago.
An hour ago. Get wrecked.
What was I about to look up? Damn, I forgot. I was going to look up a ticker for y'all. IQ. What is it?
Just because we talked about this, I took a look at GoGo, which is printing 18s. This is the company that I kind of cut my teeth on in terms of trading a turnaround. I started accumulating a position when this was 3. And GoGo now 18. Looks like this is going to take 20 at some point.
We do not advise driving and phone watching.
Nope. If you're going to drive, keep your eyes focused on the road, folks.
Please, you're one of the people that I do burnouts next to just to wake up.
Whatever. I trade on my Tesla. I don't have a Tesla, but I trade on the screen. That's what I do. I drive, and then at red lights, I'm putting in stops,
Yeah, that's how we do it.
I mean, that's just, my goodness.
Just yelling at your phone like, put a stop.
Can you imagine?
Can we run the disclaimer?
Can you imagine driving a
Zunaid's out
Tesla?
here telling people to trade while they drive.
Hey, it's better than drinking and driving, no?
Well, I mean,
we need to put up the disclosure. This is not financial advice. This is not life advice. This is just us hanging out.
we might need to add.
Why? No, not this.
We might need to add a line that says, do the opposite of what you
I know what happened.
Drink water, folks.
Look, the monster is trying to get out of the closet. Look at that chair. It's pinning it up to the wall,
100%.
trying to get the monster out, You see,
that's Fauci right there telling me not to trade.
You see, he be locking that trading monster in there.
I'll be locking in them gains, baby. Physically and financially. You know what I'm saying? Call your insurance and cancel yourself. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Yeah, you've got X coming down here to test the 35s.
X gonna
Bro,
give
this
it to
GPRO
me. X gonna give it to me. X gonna give it to me. God
damn.
We ain't taking profits. We waiting.
What level are you waiting for?
That 34.95s, 35s.
Where is my Benzinga swag? Spencer did ask me for my address, so I believe it should be on the way. We'll grill him
swag
when he
out.
comes back on.
Swag out.
I hope he sent like a hoodie type thing, because if he didn't, he doesn't even know me at that point.
All right, guys, getting towards that 10:45, guys. Do me the favor, guys. If you guys have been enjoying today's trading action, please smash that like button. Let's keep it going. Like always, guys, you guys can go ahead and reach on and get some Benzinga Pro action, guys. You guys seeing Benzinga Pro right now on the screen. Check it out, guys. You guys can get a 2 free week trial. And if you haven't tried it, just do so. I promise you. Let me know the feedback, whether you like it or not. I think Ryan and I would love that feedback, even if it's just a trial and you're just trying to give us some feedback on what you think of the platform. Definitely check out Benzinga Pro.
Yeah, and real quick, while we're talking about that, Benzinga Pro, one of the things that this is really going to help with is the why. Why are things moving? Why is something moving around? We're looking at all, like one of the things that we did here for the start is we started with the stocks that were moving up today. And so I can click on any of these and look at the ticker and do the charting that I need to do. But it's also important to know why this is moving. And Benzinga Pro helps with that immensely. In some cases, you're just given the reason right here in blue. In other cases, you might have to click on this one tab here. And finally, a big shout out to our squawker, Charlie, who reads out breaking information. A lot of times, especially when you see stocks spiking, Charlie is there telling you why that stock is spiking so that you can determine, is this something that I want to follow or is this something that I want to stay away from? I know traders that short things that Charlie says, and I know traders that go long on things that Charlie says. So it'll fit anything that you need. You want to follow analyst ratings, earnings, economic numbers, any of that stuff. It's got the why for you.
Charlie is goated, no question about it.
All right, taking a trade here, guys. Long LAC off the VWAP, guys. I'm going back to her. She might hurt me after. She wanted to take her at the gate here, and we would have been a good gain there. I mean, this thing did a 5% move. Now I'm watching it balance out here at the VWAP. What got me in, guys? 3 bottoming actions with a 4th reversal, right? That's what I'm looking for a lot of the time. So 1, 2, 3. And then what do you get here? You get a little bounce there, and it comes back, and it tests 4 times this level to break through that 62, 61, 61, 61, 62. That's what got me a little excited there. I took the shot right when it was coming through the 76. I got here 79 here. So right as through there, we'll look for it to hold. That's our out, that 63. We're going to look for it to come back towards the highs and make a little push back towards the resistance. 32.20s around. That's where I'll take the first profit, and then look for the 32.40s.
By the way, can you go back? Whoever's sharing that Benzinga screen, go back to the news if you don't mind and type in DPRO. Yeah, there it is on the right-hand side. You can see an exclusive. Looks like we are going to have the CEO on our Benzinga Live YouTube show at 125. So,
boom.
That could be an interesting catalyst for the stock, right? You never know. I know we've had some crazy things happen. So, but DPRO, you're up about $100 if you have the same exact average as me. But that's an interesting one.
You know, and the thing about that, Zunaid, is a lot of it depends on what he's going to say in there, right? Like we don't know,
of course,
what he's going to say.
No, of course.
We're telling you, hey, we're going to have an exclusive interview, which means we're going to have it first. It's not going to be Bloomberg or CNBC or any of that. Yep. We're giving you the link so that you can watch it. Yep. And you can actually trade off of that information being broke live. I think that's really cool. I think that's a really, really powerful utility. And you know 100%. What? Shout out to our own Mitch here. One of the things that you'll notice is from yesterday in the after hours, we had an exclusive with CEO Ann Hand of SLGG, where Mitch did a great job in the interview. And Mitch, is this a replay? If they click this link, can they view the replay of this?
Yeah, they can go ahead and view it.
So there you go. Even though you didn't see this live, you can go back and watch the replay. I, of course, hold some SLGG. I was tied up doing my happy hour during that time. I'm going to go back and watch that here today. So I appreciate the shout out, Zunaid. Again, Benzinga Pro is the why in all of these things.
Yeah,
would not be able to do what I do without it.
Just think about it in the way that Ryan just explained Super League, right? And so a lot of the investors, let's say, that weren't watching Benzinga yesterday, what did they do? They saw it after the release. They saw it after they put it on the website. You'll be late to then, but if you stick with Benzinga, you'll be able to catch these as they happen.
By the way, GME, when does Aaron Bree go live? Because I told this dude to grab some GME calls with me, and I think he just
I think 11:30 is Benzinga
he just
live.
Brushed me off, and look at GME above 105 now, baby.
I will give a little preview about what's coming on next here, guys. So we're going to actually be going to the Wolf of Wall Street, Belfort, coming on next, guys. That's at 11 a.m. So stick around, guys.
Oh, badass.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
That's awesome. Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my steps. I appreciate you guys. We will see you tomorrow. I'm out.
You get those steps,
Safe
bro.
Trading. Bye.
See you guys. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. We're about to wrap on up here. We got about 10 minutes left. Please smash that like if you guys have been enjoying the show today. We had over 700 viewers in here. Let's keep it going. We got over 300 likes. Now we're at 4. The goal is to 500 today. Can we get there? We'll see what happens. Keeping an eye out on this X. Is it going to keep going through that 35? We'll see what happens. I'm holding it right now. LAC looking good here too. We're looking for it to continue through the 32s. We're going to keep watching today what happens in the SPY. The SPY did keep going on up. Just hit through that trend line again, man. That trend line is being really impressive right now. I always like to draw trend lines when I see a continuous trend here. And look how the SPY, each time it comes and it clicks. It's holding that right now. Right now, we're coming into it right now into space here. Let's see if it continues or do we break below that. Keep your eyes on it. We'll see what happens in the SPY. Anything you want to note for today, Ryan?
No, I just want to. I guess the thing that to note so far is the move in Bitcoin and the move in tech. VIX were pounded back down to the 22s. Remember, we were above 30 for a while. We've really kind of made a descent down here to the low twos. Feels like they're kind of marking things up for the end of the quarter. We'll see. I'm obviously going to continue to watch ONDS. That's ONDS. I had a great earnings report today. I actually want to go through this a little bit more. I still have some more homework to do. Love what I've heard so far. And I would actually like to see where DPRO finishes. I don't know that I'll trade this again today. In fact, just looking at this chart, looks like if we take out 325, maybe there's a trade on a curl here. Don't know if I'll end up trading this, but we'll definitely watch this to see how this sector is moving the rest of the day. But otherwise, just going to kind of watch the indices and see what's going on. Watch the scanner too and look for some new ideas.
Like always, guys, we always want to go ahead and try to look at the trades, look at the daily charts, compare, do some research. Just like Ryan said there, he's looking at a trade, but he wants to do a little bit more research, understanding of what the company actually does. Where does it get its revenue? Things like that are important to know. I think it's, as a day trader, sometimes we do take just momentum trades where we're just taking the trade. But as a trader overall, one thing that is always better is having conviction, right? I think conviction a lot of times comes with having multiple variables, understanding, and trying to get those multiple variables to line up. There's one thing if you have a momentum move and a pattern that's trading, that's pure technicals, right? But there's another thing when you have, let's say financials come out, earnings come out, and they're just killer earnings and they're just doing really great. That helps on the financial side. Or maybe it's a couple of analysts giving a huge uplift look to a stock. That right there can give it that upside in the fundamentals. Then you're looking for the story to come into play. Look for catalysts, like let's say Tesla coming out with their first European Tesla cars, something like that. Or you're looking into something coming out like a product release, like let's say the Cybertruck. Things like that are what I look for in the story. And if I can align all three, those are going to be my highest conviction trades where I can take the biggest types of attempts to try to get the most money. Like always, guys, it's never going to be perfect. Ryan knows that. I know that. One thing that you will see from us is the continued battle of the process, whether it be win or loss. You saw me today. I right out the gates, I was a little emotional. What I did, take a step back, go grab some orange juice, and come on back to the table. Sometimes you got to do that. Ryan, have a good day like always. And one last thing, Ryan, if for you Benzinga Pro users, if you haven't already done so, tons of the people that are in this chat right now always are in the happy hour. That's run by my man Ryan Faloona here. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern, right after the close for Benzinga Pro users every day except Friday. So if you want to go ahead and join the Benzinga Pro users, and why I think you should join them is because I'll just be honest. Majority of Benzinga Pro users are serious traders trying to improve their skills. So I think it's great to be around that kind of community. So I just wanted to give you a shout out, Ryan. And
thanks
keep it going in the happy hour.
That shows about exchanging ideas, so I really appreciate that.
Of course. We'll see you next time, Ryan. Like always, guys, enjoy here on Benzinga and let us know what you want to see more or less of. Do you want to see some more traders on here? Do you want us to see some kind of different strategy breakdowns? Do you want to hear about analyst ratings or earnings? We can cover it all right here on Live Trading with Benzinga, but we need you guys to give us the feedback to improve. All right, let's go ahead. When's Benzinga's coin list? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that Bitcoin for profit. Maybe just clarify there, and I'll try to help you out there. Bask in the glory. Let's go. Let's take a look here if we can get LAC to push on up there, if we can get X to continue breaking down there. I'm still holding it right now, both trades. We'll see what happens on those trades, but we can review what happened today. Definitely financial services leading the way. I did see a comment. Did you make these sector kind of indexes and that? No, this is from TC. So this is how the way I look at the market. So you guys see here, financial services really have been pushing lately. If you take a look at that, and global banks really taking off today. Some of the big boys, JPM, Bank of America, WFC, HSBC, all of these looking good today. Even the city, I'll be watching this one to see if it can continue, but it's pulling back right now. But it was a good move right out the gates. We'll see if these can continue trading on up. UBS also joining the party. We'll see if these financial services continue trading on up. Consumer cyclical behind that, really pushing well. Stocks like Amazon, Tesla doing well today. Baba really leading the way. Disney, look at that Disney chart. Didn't expect to see that Disney chart rip on up today, but hey, that's how it happens sometimes. Sometimes the move you expect to happen doesn't, and the one you don't actually does. Starbucks having a good day today. JD up 6%. We'll see if these continue to make runs. And Ford up 3% there. Not a bad run there for Ford. GM, another good one. Ford, I'm kind of kicking myself because we did have one day where we came towards this weekly trend line, and that's where I wanted to get in. 1550s is where I was looking. The low here was 1551, so maybe I didn't get my entry. But if I would have got in somewhere in the 1575, I would be feeling really confident. If you look at long-term at Ford and you take a look at from this trend line from 2020, we've held it every time that we've come to it. I would love to see that hold and come up back roaring. That's Ford. GM also having a good day today, finding that bottom near the 200-day moving average. So look for that to continue to hold there. Thank you, Missy, for joining us today. I appreciate you, and I saw you pushing them likes, so that's what I like to see. Let's keep it going, guys. Who else out there? Darrow, Quantum, Gary, JD's. Appreciate you guys, like always, in the chat and keeping it going. Beat Francis, Troy, Wellness Matters, Morton, Adam. It's good to see you guys in the chat. X Traders, Todd L, The Ghost, Holly, Ron, all helping out. Love the community, and I appreciate you guys spending the day with us right here on Benzinga. I'm going to go ahead and wrap on up, get you guys on over to the Wolf of Wall Street, guys. Don't miss that out, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, learn a little bit more about crypto and NFTs, stay tuned, guys. That's what they're going to be talking about next. So you don't got to go anywhere. You can stick right here. Just hit the like button and keep it running. Julio, what's up, my friend? It's good to see you in the chat. All right, guys, going to go ahead and wrap on up here. Let me go ahead and take a last look here at my trades here to see where we're heading. Look how X kind of rejected that look to get back towards the VWAP. We're going to keep holding this as long as it can hold towards our break even. We're looking for a bigger breakdown here through the 35 level. So I'm going to continue holding that right now. LAC still have this one here from the VWAP here. We're looking for this to get through 32s. Once it gets through 32s, I think we could take some profit into the move into 3220s and then look for the high of the day push. We'll see if we can get that level. But LAC, not a bad trade today. We were looking at this one right out the gates. This one went about 6%, and it was my trade of the day. I missed it right out the gates. I hope that somebody was able to nail it. All right, have a good one, Bill, BC, Morton. It's good to see you guys. Nate, have a good one. JD's, like always. Beach Bum, it's good to have you. We'll see you next time right here on Live Trading with Benzinga. Let's keep it going, guys. Smash the like. My boy Hoch Nade in the house, killing it today like always. And we need some action, guys. I need to ask, are you guys entertained? Are you not entertained? Boom, baby. See you next time right here on Live Trading with Benzinga. Up next, go see the Wolf of Wall Street. See you guys next time.